Hi, we're out of toilet paper and we'll need more tomorrow.
Message from the guest. What is this about? We're out of toilet paper? We provide 4 rolls for the stay. If you need more, there's a Publix a mile away. Hope you're enjoying your crappy night.
Publix? I'm literally stuck here. 4 rolls for 5 people for 5 nights? That's like rationing for a toilet paper apocalypse. 4 rolls for 5 people for 5 nights. Wild, but okay.
Oh my gosh, what do they think I'm running a toilet paper factory on the side? Our apologies, but we've had guests stay for over a week with no issues. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Bro, does DoorDash bring toilet paper? Asking for, well, me.
It's Host Posts, where we review posts at Host Posts on social media. I'm Rachel, I'm the co-founder of QR Clue.
I'm Jason, I'm the founder of QR Clue.
And today we have a toilet paper scandal. Okay. The post reads, "Hello, fellow Airbnb hosts. How would you handle this guest? We provide 4 rolls of TP per stay under 1 week. This guest is upset we are not delivering more TP after they ran out of 4 rolls within 24 hours. After our calculations, they would need 20 plus rolls to fulfill their daily rate, with 5 guests, 3 of them being kids. Are we crazy? Would love some feedback from you all. Don't be shy."
And they weren't shy.
No. Speaking of that, so there's at this time over 400 comments on this post.
It's a lot.
Which is crazy. It's what we call Facebook famous. Ooh-wee. The host actually put the exchange between the guest and them, and the guest sent them a message saying, "We are almost out of toilet paper. We'll need more tomorrow." The host responded, "We provide 4 rolls of toilet paper with the home for all of our guests. If more is needed, you will have to purchase them. There is a local Publix 1 mile from the home where you can find any extra items or essentials needed for your stay. If you would like to take a look at our concierge service, you can scan the QR code on the sign in the living room and see what items we provide at an extra cost. Hope you enjoy the rest of your night."
Cheapskate.
That's just such a nasty reply. I'm not going to lie. It's not only are you telling them that you can't fulfill the request, but you're asking them to scan a QR code of all the things that they can pay extra for.
Yeah.
Which is just kind of like, that makes you feel, how would that make you feel? Like, think about it as like a human being. If you are asking for a basic necessity where you're staying and they direct you to a QR code where you can pay for extra stuff, that feels icky. Like, I would feel like, wow, you don't care about me at all.
It's not hospitality, it's just making a penny on every little thing that you can possibly make. That's one thing when we stay in a vacation rental is toilet paper and towels. Have plenty all the time because you never know.
Yeah. So then the guest replied to that and said, "We can't get the oven to turn on." And then the guest replied a half an hour later, which we'll address in a minute, "We got the oven to work on the chicken nugget setting," which I didn't know that was it's hilarious and so adorable. I want an oven with a chicken nugget setting. Then the guest said a minute later, 4 rolls of toilet paper for 5 people for 5 nights is wild, but okay." And then the host said, "Our apologies, but we've had guests stay for over 1 week and 4 rolls has never been an issue. Sorry for the inconvenience." Now I'm going to go back to what I noticed earlier, because I never noticed this before. So the guest actually sent the host this message at 8:04 p.m. asking for more toilet paper. The host actually blacked out the time that they responded. I can imagine it was probably pretty quick. I don't know why they would block that out, though. It's odd that they would do that. But either way, the guests responded probably pretty quickly, because then they mentioned, "Oh, by the way, we can't get the oven to turn on, ? And then at 9:07, the guest said, "We got the oven to work on the chicken nugget setting," which means that at 8:22 p.m., when the guest sent the message about the oven not turning on, the host never answered that.
That's 40 minutes later.
Because they responded 40 minutes later, the guest did, saying, "Oh, we got the oven to work on the chicken nugget setting." So why this host didn't answer that question is a little bit, in my opinion, that's poor hospitality. You want to set yourself up for that 5-star review, and Not only did they shoot down the toilet paper request, but then they didn't answer the guest right away when they asked about the oven not working. So regardless, now they've got, potentially, the guest now has two things that they can mention in their review. That they weren't provided adequate amounts of toilet paper for their stay, which people will, it won't look good on a review.
Yeah.
And the oven, the oven issue was never addressed at all. The host never addressed the issue in the comment.
And the host talks about comparing them to other guests. No guest is the same ever. Everybody is different. Things going on in life, could be health issues. I mean, you got kids, who knows? It could be one ply toilet paper and you could go through a whole roll in one sitting. Like,
I will say, before we get into the comments, a lot of the posts that we see on Facebook are very host-sided, which is fine. There's a lot of different hosting styles, we'll say. And so in this case, though, a lot of the comments just right off the bat are very guest-sided. And they're like, just give them the toilet paper. Like, why are you making something so cheap and inexpensive and accessible like this big issue? Just do it. And if it's never been an issue before, then all those other people that went before this guest that never had an issue and stayed for a long time and didn't need more toilet paper, you've been saving a ton of money there. So why not just give them extra? Like, it all washes out in the end. It really does.
It's just TP, folks.
Yeah. So this one host said, I would apologize and get them as much TP as they want, which I agree with.
Yeah.
Then another host responded to that comment and said, this is not a hotel. This is Airbnb. How do you want to provide them more? There is no concealer at the reception. I think that meant concierge. People often mistaken hotels from Airbnbs. I live 4 hours away from mine. The only way I could do something extra is order on Amazon, but only for necessary, like, broken things. I just feel like this is not a hotel. You're right. And it should be better than a hotel. So you know darn well if you ran out of toilet paper at a hotel and you called the front desk, they would bring you more.
Exactly.
So as Airbnb hosts and vacation rental hosts, we really should be providing all of these things and then some, because we're better than the hotel industry. And also, you know, this could be this person's first experience in an Airbnb.
Sure. And
they're paying fees that they may not normally see at a hotel, like cleaning fees and things like that. And so they might think, well, this is worse than a hotel because I don't get what I need, and decide that, you know, it kind of left a bad taste in their mouth.
Yeah, we don't know the rates and everything, but who knows, this stay could be more than a hotel stay too. So yeah, you should go above and beyond.
Yeah. And then this host right below it said, imagine staying at a hotel and calling down for more TP and being told no. Like, we should be better, like I said, than the hotel industry. We're, you know, all about comfort and space and being, you know, homey, and being told no on more TP is like, come on, a hotel would never do that. We gotta be better.
One of the comments states, not worth the fight. Extra TP would not hurt. I could make a huge list of what I've been asked to provide to guests. TP is the most inconsistent one. That's a great comment, because they're not asking for a king-size bed or asking for a grill or some of these crazy things that you see in these other posts where they're demanding just outrageous things. They just want more rolls of toilet paper, which is so cheap.
Yeah, another comment says, really? Just go buy more toilet paper. In the amount of time you've thought about this, been aggravated over it, conversed with them, took screenshots and posted on here, and waited to read all the comments, you could have just gotten them more toilet paper. 4 rolls for 5 people is not enough. Who are you to think everyone's bathroom habits are the same? Geesh, go buy the toilet paper. Which is true. Like, they mentioned they had 3 kids. Who knows what's going on? I mean, at least in our area, everyone's been sick. I've been sick. Do they have tissue paper for people to blow? Tissue paper. Do they have tissue for people to blow their noses? Maybe they're using the toilet paper to blow their noses. Which brings me to my next point, is we don't know what toilet paper they're providing. So is this like the 150 sheet roll? Is this the 1,000 sheet roll? Because it would be really easy to blow through like the cheapy little rolls really fast, especially with 3 kids.
For sure. Yeah, and if one of the kids are sick. Also, wouldn't that be a great touch if they're not available or they can't get the cleaners over there the next day, like just DoorDash it. Send them extra toilet paper and maybe like a small gift that would just be a huge touch to get the 5-star review.
Yeah.
And it's so simple and easy.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's toilet paper, folks. This is my favorite comment of all. I don't really care for how they started it because it's a little rude, but bear with me. She says, "Why are you so cheap? Just shop at Costco and bulk toilet paper and paper towels." Next week, when you get a 2-star or 3-star review from this guest, you will be asking this group on why and how you can remove it.
Yeah, these people are oblivious sometimes.
Which is so true, because it's like, literally, this one little thing could be the difference between a 1-star review and a 5-star review.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they asked for toilet paper and were told to scan a code on how to purchase extra items or go to Publix, which is a mile away. Who knows if they have a car?
Yeah, they might be Ubered there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we don't know.
Right. It's one of those simple things where a little bit goes a long way, and I understand how hosts can feel taken advantage of. I do. Like, I get it. You're getting asked for like extras, right? And it makes people feel like, man, they're so entitled. I would never do that. But one, it's hospitality, and you're supposed to be going above and beyond to provide a great guest experience no matter what. But ultimately, having this as a bad taste in the guest's mouth is going to not do the host any favors in the future or now during the stay. But at the end of the day, this is toilet paper. And so it's best to just provide it. It's cheap. It's not something that is going to cost you a lot. And in fact, a lot of the hosts in the comments were saying, just DoorDash it. You don't even have to go bring them more toilet paper. Just have it sent. And what a cool and impactful gesture that would be to the guest. Like, wow, that was really awesome that, they helped me out in this situation.
One of the comments are, hope the money you save on this toilet paper is going into your retirement fund. Once the reviews start rolling in, you'll be doomed.
Oh, man.
The comments are just going on and on for the guest in this situation, which clearly shows that this host knows nothing about hospitality. They're stuck in that penny pinching, making every little cent they can mode. And, that's just bad for our industry in general. And toilet paper is going to break you at the end of the day. You're not going to stay in business with all the competition out there.
Yeah, there's plenty of hosts that would gladly give them more toilet paper, and those are the hosts that are going to get the repeat guests, get the great reviews, and ultimately provide the best experience. And that's what it's about, is the experience. This comment is actually pro not buying toilet paper for the guests. I never expect to have unlimited toilet paper or paper towels. We always stay 3 weeks in Hawaii and just bought our own. Not that big of a deal. Guests just want everything. And this mentality is off for a few reasons. One, I never expect to have unlimited toilet paper. This guest isn't you. You can't compare yourselves to other people. And I think a lot of hosts, and I think us as people, we do that. We say, oh, I would never do that, or I would never say that, but that doesn't mean much because we're all different. And so at the end of the day, you're the host and you're supposed to be taking care of your guest. Number two, we stay 3 weeks in Hawaii. I don't think a 3-week stay is comparable to a 5-day stay.
Yeah.
And at the end of this conversation, 4 rolls of toilet paper for 5 people for 5 nights simply is not enough toilet paper.
Not at all.
It's just not.
No.
And it should be something that is supplied. It's a very, basic human need. And I think that it's not that too big of an ask to get more.
Yeah, and in like a 3-week straight stay, you're getting into kind of like a midterm stay. I mean, like that's almost a month. Like, yeah, at that point you're buying groceries, you're kind of packed in for a while. Like you're not just there for 5 days eating out or doing whatever you're doing while you're there. It's totally different.
100%. That's a great point. Like, this is a totally different style of stay. If I have people staying with me for 3 weeks, I'm giving them everything they need as far as the basic necessities for the whole stay. period.
Yeah, it's probably added into the cost anyway.
Yeah.
For a 3-week stay, it's going to be expensive. I mean,
Right.
toilet paper's cheap.
Right. I'm not going to supply food for 3 weeks, but if you're going to stay for 3 weeks, I'm going to provide a comfortable place to stay for 3 weeks.
Right.
The next comment down was, are you serious? You've got to be making a minimum of $700 and you're not willing to spend an extra $15 to make the customer happy. I think you're in the wrong business. Stop wasting our time. Which I agree with in terms of you have to work these costs into the way you price your property. And if you're really that concerned about recouping costs for toilet paper, then you need to plan for it. When you have 5 people staying at your property for 5 nights, you have to supply the things that they need. And if they need more toilet paper, I can't believe this is even like up for discussion. It seems so simple.
Yeah.
And toilet paper is such a basic, inexpensive thing. I think a lot of times, hosts just get defensive. I think that they feel taken advantage of sometimes and they look at it from the wrong lens. And I always say, and we talked about this, is it's like, treat everyone that you host like you're a Southern woman. Like, Southern hospitality goes a long way and everything is a yes. And if it can't be a yes, there's always a solution that's just as good or better.
Yeah, the term Southern hospitality reminds me, like you said, like my grandma that's willing to like go above and beyond. They're literally like at your feet trying to help you in any way that they can, going above and beyond. You're walking out the door, can I bake you a pie? Can I, give you a cookie? It's like,
right.
It's this host is definitely the opposite. They're not willing to help their own guests in need. So
yeah, and I think it's really about going back to you're there. Your job, by definition as a host, is to entertain and provide hospitality to your guests. That's it. And you can begrudge them behind their back and be like, man, these guests are a pain in the ass. And I'm sure a lot of hosts do. But in their face, you are literally at their beck and call. Those are the hosts that are going to be successful. Those are the hosts that are going to have longevity in this industry. Those are the ones that are going to get the 5-star reviews. The ones that are going to get their properties talked about because they provided everything the guests needed and there was never a no. There should never be a no unless it's a better
outrageous
option. Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. And of course, we're not talking about like, oh, I need a king bed and it's only a queen. Like that's different. But in terms of these simple basic requests, it should be an absolutely yes. And in fact, I'll have it delivered in 30 minutes.
Exactly. So easy. You don't even have, you can click a button on your phone and have it done. Like, what's easier than that?
So on the host guest meter, who wins this one? Who's right on this one? I'm going guest. So I think the guest is definitely in the right. Asking for more toilet paper, 4 rolls for 5 nights for 5 people is not enough. The guest is allowed to ask for this and the guest should be able to ask for more toilet paper. What do you think?
Yeah. I agree with the guest in this one 100%. The host should supply enough in the first place, knowing it's 5 people, 5 nights, 4 rolls is not enough by any means. They should have prepared better in the first place.
If you're a host, what do you think? Are you supplying more toilet paper? Are you door dashing it and providing an awesome guest experience? Or are you complaining on Facebook and telling the guests that they're out of luck? Sorry for putting you in a crappy situation. Leave your thoughts in the comments below.
Please like and subscribe and follow for more host posts.
Yeah. By the way, have you heard of QR Clue? QR Clue is a brand new amenity in the vacation rental industry that hosts can offer their guests. It's basically a kit that allows you to turn your entire property into an escape room experience for your guests.
It's so cool.
It only takes 3 minutes to set up, and it provides your guests with a 2 to 3 hour experience. To learn more, check out qrclue.com.